Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the worst fucking podcast you've ever heard. Both mics.
Yes, thank you to the studio audience here. They're ready. They're ready for a good show, Mike. You ready? Welcome to both mics. The microphone works best if you plug it in. Or
if I unmute the MFR.
Yes,
Good morning, folks. How is everyone? Welcome to Both Mics, a podcast about nothing and everything. My co-host is Mike Sofka.
And that over there is Mike Taylor. And together, we are both mics.
We are both mics.
Yay.
Yes. Welcome to show number 110. Wow, 110. Both mics, heard everywhere podcast can be heard. Find us live every Friday night, twitch.tv/bothmics. Find us where you can find your podcasts, YouTube, Facebook, my face, your face, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. Tell Alexa, play Both Mics. I actually did that the other day. It still works. Pretty impressive.
We should do that more so during the show. So maybe if they're watching the show some other way, maybe somebody else's phone will tune in.
I thought of that, and we should also mention that we have merch on the Both Mics website.
We do,
and if you like what you hear, you can wear us wherever you are. I was humbly surprised that I went to my mom's house in your area of the woods, and I walk in the door, and what is my sister wearing? But a Both Mics tank top.
Phenomenal.
Made me feel warm inside.
Nice.
Mostly because I had a fever, but
nice.
So
you brought them sickness.
She's awesome. She's awesome for giving to the cause.
I've seen her in the chat rooms. I've seen her.
Yeah. She's probably there now. If she's So, wish there was a way we can actually see who's in the chat room. Is there a way?
Yeah, there's a way.
Yeah, both Mics chat room.
Usually when they speak, but.
Yeah, that helps, right?
That helps.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't know if you'll be able to hear this, but I'm going to put it out there, and I know the audience will get to hear this. We're going to start. First off, I'm gonna go. Let me start this the proper way. It's my second favorite part of the show. Let's go ahead and jump right in with the alien update.
Alien update.
Mm-hmm.
Looking alien! Where?
Warning! Alien approaching! Warning! Biophysical experiments extremely dangerous to Earth people!
It's a pretty good robot. He's a little bit of an alien, too, but I think he's an alien. You could be an alien robot, right? Like, not all robots are domestic.
I computed the aliens. They are capable of sinister and dangerous acts.
You weird alien man!
All right, so the alien update, there's a handful of people. Gates, Musk, Bezos, Zuckerberg, Branson, all these people, they brought us further in life culturally, technology-wise. They're all very rich. They're all very wealthy. So if they're not aliens themselves, they've had some direct intervention, direct contact, or... I even said last show, who knows, maybe the government's even involved with this technology stuff that we got going on. But you can't argue that these 7 or so people out of 7 billion people on the planet, just stop. They're not that much smarter than everybody else, dude. They're right place, right time, right situation, all that stuff.
Yeah, and brought to you by bothmics.com merch page.
Yes.
Go buy a t-shirt.
Yes. All right, so I'm going to play this video. This is various people talking about Musk is an alien. This is a bunch of other people doing shit like we're doing. More famous names. There's some guy, I think his name's Jordan Peterson, maybe, and even Joe Rogan. They throw this stuff out. So I'm going to play this video. It's about 2-3 minutes. I'll just play it. We'll just watch, and we'll probably get to read some of the words on the bottom of the screen there if we can't hear them, okay? Here goes.
He's probably an alien.
Yeah, probably. There's only 2.
Probably a reptilian.
Do you think there is other intelligent life outside the Earth?
This is one of the great questions in physics and philosophy, is where are the aliens? Maybe they're among us, I don't know.
But you must understand there's not a whole lot of human beings like you. You know that, right? When I watch you doing all these things, I'm like, how does this have all this time and all this energy and all these ideas, and then people just let him do these things?
Because I'm an alien.
That's what I've speculated.
Yes. I saw you took a trip to the Tesla factory. What were your thoughts after meeting Elon Musk? Did you get to speak to him much?
I wouldn't say much. We spoke probably for 20 minutes in total, not purely privately because there was other people around, but that just barely gets you to know the surface of someone like Musk, because he's an amazing person and God only knows what's up with him, all things considered. We saw his new truck. He was taking people out for a ride. I didn't go out for a ride. The truck's an amazing piece of engineering. The factory is massive. What do you say about someone who built a functional electric car and then shot it into space on a rocket? He's a singular person. But I thought it went very well. It was a very interesting evening. So I was pleased to be there, and we sort of walked around each other a bit, and it was just fine.
You guys interact a fair bit on Twitter.
We seem to, yeah.
What do you think that is? Why are you converging?
I don't know exactly. We're both well known, and I suppose to some degree that increases the probability of that kind of convergence. But maybe he's aiming up. Me too. He seems to be.
He's aiming up literally. He's aiming up very literally, yeah.
Definitely.
Didn't he wasn't there a spaceman, a model of a spaceman in the driver's seat of the car that he put out into space?
Oh, that's certainly possible. He's got a theatrical twist. There's no doubt about that. And a great sense of humor, because that's really funny to shoot your own car out into space on a rocket. That's a pretty damn good joke.
What is it why is it that someone like Elon has got himself to the stage where he can say things that almost every other CEO, he's the richest man on the planet.
I don't think he's got himself to that stage. I think he's always done that, and so now he still knows how to do it. I mean, people think, I'll say what I have to say when I get to the point where I'm protected and secure. It's like, first of all, being protected and secure does not give you the courage to say what you have to say. That's a completely... That theory couldn't be more backwards. You think you're going to get braver and braver as you get more and more protected? You think that's how the world works? I mean, I've watched university professors think that at some point they're going to say what they think as they develop their career, but by the time they're protected and secure, they've spent so much time not saying what they think that they aren't even who they were and they don't know what they think. So, no, he says what he says because he's always done that. And people who are like him are like that. And so Steve Jobs, I presume, was exactly the same way. I mean, I know people who knew him. He always said what he thought, and he was pretty damn cut and dried about it, which is why the Apple products are such miracles of technological mastery. He had an unbelievably canny design eye and was very... he cut whole projects without a second thought, in some sense, when they weren't working.
He did that when he came back to Apple the second time, refined the entire product line, got rid of a ton of different things, and so we're focusing on this. Yeah.
Right. So that was proof. I mean, maybe it was fluke the first time, which it wasn't, but coming back and doing it again the second time showed pretty clearly it wasn't fluke.
Same with Elon, right? He's refined down what he does to a couple of very, very tight parameters.
He seems to have, although the enterprise he's put together is unbelievably high functioning. I mean, to produce an automobile sub-industry that's actually competitive, and to bring down the cost of space exploration by a factor of 10, and to invent reusable rockets, and to have developed this boring technology. It's miraculous. He's probably an alien.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
There's only two...
Probably a reptilian, isn't it?
American car companies, I think, that haven't gone bust. Ford and Tesla. And Tesla came very close a number of times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's an amazing accomplishment. So, go Elon, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, he's a remarkable person.
All right, so it's obvious that the cat's out of the bag now. I mean, you saw him in his response to Joe Rogan right there when he said, "How does this guy have so much time?" And he says, "Because I'm an alien." He said it.
Right. Yeah, well, you say it to throw off people. You're like, oh, yeah, he's funny. Yeah, he wouldn't admit it if he really was.
Well,
so yeah.
The thing that blows my mind is I don't think there's anything this cat can't do. Now, I don't know how much he had involved in this next thing I'm going to put up a picture of. If you're watching us live on twitch.tv/bothmics or on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or whatever here, check this out. He put out tequila. Tesla tequila.
Interesting.
Now, the bottle looks like a lightning bolt.
Right.
And it's yellowed in color there, like a golden color, and it has like a stand, and it comes in a commemorative box that says Tesla. They've sold out.
Right.
They were up and gone in one day. Boom. Sold out.
I would imagine.
So, like I said,
why would you make it in the shape of a lightning bolt and not in the shape of your own damn logo? That's kind of silly.
I don't know. Maybe there's something else to it. I don't know. But can you imagine having your own tequila? We could have our own shoe line if you want. I've got somebody I've talked to about doing our own shoe line.
Interesting.
We have to buy the first 10 pair, and then then we don't have to buy anymore.
I guess that's cool. The Cabo Wabo brand, Sammy Hagar, he sold it for $80 million. So I guess there is money in it.
Yeah. Why not lend your name to it? I mean, lots of people do stuff like that. They don't even make the product. I mean, Gene Simmons was the one guy who I think had the closest rein in on stuff, but he held his ground and he knew what he was looking for, and he didn't just put the KISS name out there on crap, although some of it was crap. But
yeah, he put his name on everything. I couldn't. Yeah, coffins, common coolers, condoms.
Yes.
Anything that begins with a C, he put his name on it.
I think it's great. I think it's great. So here's my question: would you try this tequila?
Of course. Why wouldn't I? Now here's the question: would you try it?
No, I don't drink it anymore. So
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm wondering how tempting it would be.
You had a chance to own a limited edition Tesla tequila bottle, but you blew it. This is according to Mashable.com. On Wednesday, right about the company's earnings call for the Q1 results, Tesla ShopBot, a Twitter account which notifies of new items in Tesla's online store, discovered a limited edition Tesla tequila was available for purchase. Guess how much that bottle of tequila was?
I was actually just thinking, how big is that bottle? It doesn't look like it's very big.
It's 750 milliliters. It's a fifth.
How much?
750 milliliters. It's like a fifth.
Okay, so it is pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it goes for $85.
$420.
Jeez.
And the 420 thing with the weed reference again to
nice
to get everybody.
And it came out on 420.
Yeah, it did.
Okay. He's got his vices mixed up.
Well, he joked about taking Tesla private at $420 a share back in the day. So the original price for the Tesla tequila, which started as an April Fool's joke, but ended up becoming a real product in 2020, was sold for $250. The limited edition variant, however, also comes with 2 sipping glasses. So these are at the top and at the bottom. Those are sipping glasses. Additionally, Tesla's website said that these are the last 420 bottles of tequila with an engraved number of 1 to 420, likely making these valuable collector's items.
Right. Does tequila go bad?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. No idea.
Well, they use, the Tesla tequila, it says right here, dry fruit and light vanilla nose with a balanced cinnamon pepper finish. Aged for 15 months in French oak barrels. 100% agave tequila.
Made in Austin, Texas, next to their freaking mega factory.
Sustainably sourced highland and lowland agaves.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, that's it. You can't buy it. You're not allowed to have this. This is why we can't have nice things, Mike. Anyway, were you aware of Google recording your calls?
No, but of course it's very plausible.
Well, according to lifehacker.com, there's a way to record your calls on Android, even if Google doesn't want you to. Because they might not want you to record your calls, but they may want to record your calls for them. But this, apparently, there's an update or something coming out, and they've made it so you can't third-party app record a phone call. So I can't call you and record the call online unless you follow these specific steps here. It's you'll find it on lifehacker.com.
Yeah, isn't there like FCC regulations against that? You know, privacy, blah blah blah.
I guess as long as you tell people that you're recording for quality and training assurance.
Exactly. Right.
Whenever
I always pick up my phone.
Whenever I hear that when I'm on hold, when a person gets on, I go, "Hi, I want you to know you're being recorded live." Anyway, I'm calling about this.
Nice.
Let them think I'm recording them. Maybe
it's Mike from both mics. You're on the air.
All right. So how to record calls on Android without a third-party app? First, you need to check your phone's default call app has a call recording feature. Google allows first-party preloaded dialer apps to record calls, and that won't change come May 11th when they do this update. These apps have access to your audio source on the phone call. It's called Voice Call, and all other apps do too. You'll find access to Voice Call on Androids like Google Pixel, Zimi phones, whatever that is. It's saying basic Android phones, so I don't know.
Well, I'm looking at it right now, and I don't see a way to do it.
All right, we'll read the article. All right, I'm not going to read the whole.
Right.
Lifehacker.com, how to record calls. You know what? I'll put it up. I'll put it on the website. I'll put it on the site. I'll put it on the Facebook page. How about that? Tells you how to do it, but it's boring computer talk that no one wants to listen to. There's only one thing worse than reading boring computer jargon, and that's reading it out loud. And the only thing worse than that is listening to it.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, that's how I used to fall asleep. I used to open up a computer book. Remember back in the days when you got a computer program, they sent you a book on how to operate the game from the disc? No?
Yes.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore.
No. Because it's all online.
All right, so there was a hacker situation here recently. Hackers earned $400,000 for a 0-day ICS exploits. They call this Pwn to Own. And apparently, this was in Miami. This year's thing. The competitors earned up to $400,000 for 26 0-day exploits and several bug conclusions. These are obviously computer terms I'm not totally familiar with, but it sounds like they broke into somebody's shit and they won money. And the more creative and better way they broke into somebody's stuff, they got more dollars, kind of, if you were like in a poker tournament or something. So these guys all won a bunch of money in Miami. The first place guy ended up doing getting $280,000 for 24 unique 0-day vulnerabilities, yada, yada, yada. So I'm reading this, and I'm looking at this, and I'm seeing what's going on. I'm seeing how they got this team of hackers. Is this a ploy? Are they trying to pull hackers out of the woodwork so they can document who these people are so that if shit does go down, they knew who some likely subjects are? I mean, why would you give away money for breaking into computers and networks and shit?
Well, it sounds exactly right, you know. But then again, it is Miami, and you know, is it the superhero that's running it and wants to catch these guys, or is it the villains that want to attract more villains and become a mafia of sorts?
I can remember. You know what I mean? I think it was in a movie or on a TV show or something. They had a situation where they were trying to capture some people. Maybe they were repeat offenders or people didn't show up for their court dates or whatever. So they sent all these people a postcard and tell them they want a big screen TV and they have to come down in person on a specified day and specified time to this warehouse to pick it up. Well, they made a big production. Oh, you're one of our big winners. Oh, hey, come right this way. Red carpet. They brought them to their seat, and around the corner was the cops cuffing people as they were bringing them back. So
yep.
maybe
I've seen it. I've seen it where they've delivered TVs to people's houses, and inside they put the box down and they open it up, and a guy would cop would pop out with a gun. Yep, I've seen it happen many times.
That's funny. Well, it brings me right into the next thing here, and that's kind of a dramatic visual of a hacker himself right there. Well,
right.
How could I say this?
Okay.
There's a critical chipset bugs open millions of Android devices to remote spying. So what they're doing is they've discovered a way to remote, but we know this already. We've talked about this in the past, how your phone's listening to you and hearing you and seeing you and all that stuff all the time.
Yep.
I think one of your kids had maybe videoed or taken a picture or something with Brenda's phone, like they took the phone and they ended up pushing buttons and stuff. So.
Yep, all the time.
Anyway, so I started thinking about this, and I'm looking at this hacker situation. I'm looking at people hacking phones and being able to do all this stuff. So I started going down a rabbit hole, and there's a way that, and I've heard this before, but I didn't believe it until I saw these other hacker contests and so forth, that you can hack the power grid. They can hack the whole thing. They could take over and shut down the whole country, basically, with our power grid. And supposedly it's not that hard. 2 hackers just pwned the software that runs a majority of the world's electrical grids, and they did it without breaking a sweat. This is according to Gizmodo.com. Thankfully, the hackers in question were not cyber criminals or nation-state actors out to wreak havoc, but adept white hats who rocked the software on stage in front of the audience at the 2022 Pwn to Owned. These guys are like MIT guys and super smart dudes. Yada yada.
Yeah, that's trouble.
Yeah, well, I don't need anybody, because even if these guys are good guys, they're sitting up on stage. So I'm a nefarious guy or country or gangster or whatever. Maybe I go and take that guy and kidnap him until he hacks down the grids that I want with a gun to his head. I mean, there's ways around.
Yeah, or just knowing that it's possible, and then you can figure it out if you have at least the ways and means.
I know how I would do it. Do you know how you would do it?
No, not a clue. I wouldn't know where to start.
Lisa, can you come here and help me with this? What are you doing, Mike? I'm taking down the power grid in Minnesota.
Nice. I should be like, oh, that's easy. Just press that button.
Yeah, right. I told you about the time I lost my phone. Didn't I tell you that? She found my phone for me, and she wasn't even there. Yeah.
Yes.
Called her from
one of the car lots.
Landline. Yeah, telling her that I lost my phone, so if she's trying to reach me, she's gonna have to call me on the landline. And she goes, "Oh, hold on a second." I hear type on the keyboard. Oh, it's back by the gas pump. I'm like, what? I go back there and I laid the phone on top of the gas pump. There it was. And I was like, holy shit, she knows where I'm at 24/7. This ain't good.
Exactly. That is a little frightening.
So we talked about
that freaking rocky roller coaster again.
We talked about Billy Idol for a second. I promised you I'd have a Billy Idol reference here. Can you imagine if that song he put out, White Wedding, wasn't White Wedding? Yeah. Maybe it was Weed Wedding. Have you seen this story?
No.
This is the actual wedding. This is the actual wedding. This is an actual picture from the actual wedding. Florida wedding guests are sickened by marijuana in food, police say. This is according to the New York Times. And this story is right in my backyard. Florida wedding guests are sickened by marijuana in food, police say. The bride and the wedding caterer have been charged with tampering with food and delivering marijuana, according to the authorities in Seminole County. The February 19th wedding of Andrew and Dana Svoboda, in a photograph taken by a guest, Miranda Cady, that's who took this photograph here, said Thursday that was still waiting for an apology after becoming ill from cannabis served in food at the reception. So soon after a meal of meatballs, bread, tortellini, and Caesar salad, the guests at the wedding of Andrew and Dana Svoboda began to feel strange.
Ooh, Caesar salad. I want Caesar salad. We got one in the fridge.
An uncle of the groom visiting from Michigan said he felt tingly, his heart raced, and he was having crazy thoughts. Another guest began feeling nauseated and dizzy, as though she had drank only and although she had only drank one glass of red wine, another woman said her heart felt like it was going to stop. The wedding guests soon learned that the food included marijuana. And, yeah, if you're not used to that stuff and you don't do that stuff, that's not a good thing to do.
Yeah. And I'm looking at this picture here, and I see at least 4 children. What are you thinking, people?
I don't know. Here's a picture of the bride on the left
Lord.
and the caterer on the right, who made all the food there. That's Mrs. Svoboda. She's 42. And Jocelyn Bryant is pictured on the right there. She's 31. They've been charged with 2 felonies, food tampering and the delivery of marijuana, and culpable negligence, a misdemeanor. They were arrested on Monday and will be arraigned in June. They didn't respond to any messages for comment. Yeah,
wow.
That's grossly incompetence on... okay, maybe it's you and your 4 friends who sit around and smoke or whatever. You do that at that wedding reception, but not at this one.
Right.
The kids and...
Yeah.
Police this is what happened. The police said that several of the 50 guests at the wedding were reported like they felt high after eating the food at the reception, which was held at the clubhouse in Longwood, a city of about 15 miles north of Orlando. The police arrived at around 9:30 that night after they got a call from Seminole County Fire Rescue, which had been dispatched to the clubhouse. A deputy approached Mr. Svoboda, and he asked if he and his wife had consented or requested cannabis in their food. Mr. Svoboda stared back with a blank expression for a few minutes before stuttering a no. Mr. Svoboda was not arrested, according to the affidavit. The police collected lasagna and bread that had been tossed out after the wedding and sent them to the cannabis testing facility, which found the presence of THC in the food.
Wow. So where is the cannabis testing facility? Is that by the dog pound?
Yeah, right.
Is that
right
by the kennel?
It's right next to where they keep your permanent record. Anyway, it goes on to say, no one announced at the wedding that there would be marijuana in the food, the detective wrote. One guest became so alarmed by side effects of the drug that her husband called the paramedics.
Wow.
One of the guests, identified as Miranda Caddy, in the affidavit said she realized she was stoned after she ate bread and dipped it in oil.
Wow.
Why couldn't I get an invite to this wedding?
Yeah.
I
tell you, the girl on the left, though.
The name of this lady's business, Jocelyn's Southern Kitchen. The site described the kitchen as a laboratory, a classroom, and a communal space. She's described herself as a holistic chef who began her business in 2013.
Yeah, began it and ended it in 2022.
Again, I just think it's irresponsible. I mean, it's if you let people know and you know that they're not going to be offended or they're going to enjoy that, that's one thing. But surprise!
Right. Not to spring it on people. Yes. Now, is the girl who owns the catering company? Is she going to be? Is she going to have kitchen duty at the Seminole County jail there?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
The white girl, they'll let her have work release. She can go work at Waffle House there over on 46. Nice. And the other girl, she's going to have kitchen duty.
Nice. It's a nice day for a weed wedding.
Yeah. Anyway. Billy Idol.
Yeah, I told you about my experience with him, didn't I? I saw him like 2 years ago.
No.
Saw him at Rockville 2 years ago. And
okay. Performing or hanging out?
No, he performed, man. He performed.
Okay.
And he came out and he did his thing, and it was kind of like a farewell type thing, you could tell. But he's like our age. But he kind of looks like I might if I took off my shirt. And he took off his shirt, and everyone was like, yeah, put your shirt on. Put your shirt back on, dude.
Yeah. He's had a rough life. Bad motorcycle accidents. He's like walking around with a cane and all that.
So are you a fan of Netflix or no?
Not really. I signed up for the free 14 days so I could see the Motley Crue movie, and
Right.
I packed it in. We watched that bird face movie with Sandra Bullock or whoever
Bird
that
Box?
girl was, Julia Roberts. Bird Box. Is it Julia Roberts or the other one?
It's the other one.
Sandra Bullock.
Yes.
Sandra Bullock.
Yes.
They're the same person, right? Julia Roberts, Sandra
I
Bullock.
haven't seen them both in the same place at the same time, so yes.
Yeah, that's my thought too. Exactly. Kind of like Billy Idol and Jim Morrison.
I saw somebody put up a meme today. It had the blonde hair guy from Insane Clown Posse. It had
There's a blonde hair guy.
somebody else, and it had Guy Fieri. And it was like, I've never seen these three at the same place at the same time. So anyway,
Right.
that was pretty clever.
Yeah. Guy Fieri looks like, who does he look like? I don't know, he looks like somebody. There's a guy who goes on the Monsters of Rock cruises that looks just like Guy Fieri, and I'd swear it was him.
Oh yeah?
But what do I know?
Does he play the part? Like, do you walk up and go, "Guy, how you doing?" And he just starts talking to you like he is him? That's what I would do.
No.
I would just do that.
Yeah. Oh.
Anyway,
You get to do that every November and December.
you like to look up the stock prices as we do stuff like this. Why don't you look up Netflix, see where
Yep.
they're at? According to
Oh, yeah, they've taken it.
MarketWatch.com, Netflix is
taken
cracking
a
down
crap,
on
right?
password sharing. Here's what you need to know if you share an account. They say that there's an estimated 100 million people using shared login information, and they're thinking because they let you use it on up to 5 devices. What happens is the sister, the brother, the aunt, the uncle, I know our kids have our password and stuff, so they don't have to pay for that if they don't want to,
Yeah, no, it's 5. That's excessive. Yeah, that's almost inviting people to do so.
Well, I think it's because they know people have a desktop, a laptop, a phone. They have multiple options. They have more than one person in the family, So I think 5 is probably... But that's the premium service where you pay like $19.99 a month. I'm sorry, you can watch on 4 screens at the same time. 4, not 5. Number of phones or tablets that you can have downloads on is 4. Unlimited movies, TV shows, and mobile games. Watch on your laptop. HD, Ultra HD. That's all in the premium. I know I'm paying for that crap every month.
Yeah,
But you think for $250 a year, even though I don't like them a lot because of some of the stuff they've got going on over there, I do find value in what I do get. So I'm not hating them. I just don't agree with some of their stuff, some of their programming sometimes, but I don't watch it. That's what responsible people do. They don't go down and cancel it. They don't rip a statue down. They don't take some guy off a cereal box or off a rice box or off a syrup box. What we do is we just choose not to use that product. It's okay. They can survive. That's not me. That's somebody else. That's fine. That's what adults do. Anyway.
Exactly.
All right.
Everybody's got to be offended.
Anyway, their shares have been slipping, I think, lately. Are they down?
Yes. If you look at April 19th, we are at $348, and today we are down roughly $123.
Yeah, I don't think
$215.
I don't think you can blame that on password sharing. I think it's because they don't do a lot of responsible things. They
Password sharing was happening last week too.
What's that?
Password sharing was happening last week too.
Yeah, it's been happening the whole time. I mean,
it's the watering down of everything. You need, okay, we're going to cut the cable. Well, I'm going to get the Hulu thing. I'm going to get the Fire Stick thing. I need Disney Plus. Well, guess what? At Disney Plus, we need Peacock now, too, for NBC. And, Paramount, that's CBS. We need that also. And then, Hulu and Redbox. And
pretty soon you're paying more than you were paying with cable.
Exactly. Well, and on top of that, you're making your life more difficult, even if it's on auto pay.
Oh, that's
you're
the
making
worst,
your life
because
more...
you don't even think about it anymore, and it just comes out.
Well, exactly, like your fitness club membership and your racquetball membership.
Yes.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. No, and watching too much TV, it's like watching a fire. You know, you're basically. I feel it's a waste. You know, some stuff is cool. You know, the murder mysteries my wife watches. She likes them. She's intrigued by them. She likes to figure out the ending before it actually happens.
Right.
Stuff like that makes you think. It
Sure.
you know, makes your brain work.
Yeah.
But heck, you know, how many episodes of Bar Rescue can you watch before it becomes exactly the same thing over and over and over? You know, we were on a kick with Bar Rescue like a year ago, 2 years ago, and we would just watch one after another. And, you know, some of the ones here in Florida, local there in Castleberry and Titusville, and we thought it was interesting. But, you know, it fries your brain. It's a waste of time.
So I have this idea for a T-shirt. You know how
Okay.
they always, like, people will take like a copyrighted thing like the 7-Eleven logo and make it say something else or whatever, right? We've heard of this thing back in the day, and I'm an old guy here, so I'll say it. Netflix and chill. Are you familiar with what that is?
Yes. Okay. I've seen that before.
So I'm going to take this T-shirt and slide that L a little closer to the I so it says Netfucks. And that'll be my thing.
Right. Yeah.
I'll make $1 million doing that. What do you think?
You might
get sued for $1 million.
That, and you know, the people listening are already calling. They're already calling their printer, and the printer is making them up as we speak.
I'll see. I'm going to Earthday birthday tomorrow. That's a big concert here. See, what we do is Earthday was today, as we're recording this on the 22nd. Used to be Arbor Day when we were kids, okay? And Earthday is where people fly all over burning jet fuel, drive all over using gas, and you drink out of plastic bottles, and they throw shit on the ground and leave it. But they're out celebrating Earth Day. Well, there's a big concert, and that's where I'm going to. And I go every year just about, and it's always a fun environment. So
say, how many have you been to? Well, you've been going for like 20 years.
Yeah, I think this is the 28th one, maybe. I think I've been to most all of them. I don't think I've been to every one, though. I know I missed one or two.
Yeah. Who's the big show tomorrow? Who's the big draw?
Godsmack.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Here,
so
I'll give you the whole lineup here.
A cool band? Or is it like a couple cool bands and some crappy bands?
No, I'm gonna give you the whole thing right here. And yeah, you may not have heard of these peeps, but Aaron Jones, you know who that is?
2 A's, Aaron. Oh, I've heard of Aaron Lewis.
No. Yeah, no, that's Ayron, black dude. But I like him a lot. I've heard him. How about the 3 Days Grace?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I think of 3 Days Grace. I think of you. I think of them. I think of 311. Right up your alley.
Mm-hmm.
Your wheelhouse, as we say.
Blackstone Cherry.
Yeah.
Motionless in White.
Nice.
Hang on a second. Yeah, let me make sure
I like
my
women.
it is. Yeah, these are a lot of these bands are a little bit harder than your cup of tea here, but let's see. Thrice, Jelly Roll. I like this guy a lot. Jelly Roll.
I've heard.
Lilith Czar. Ice Nine Kills. I caught some of them in passing when I was at Rockville last year. Wage War. Then they're doing something that they've done in years past, but I've never really paid attention to it. So they have 3 stages, okay, at this thing.
Mm-hmm, right.
And you could kind of just walk around and constantly hear music, go from place to place to place, and just, miss a little here, miss a little there. But they have the acoustic stage. And I thought it was interesting because some of the bands who are performing on the main stage are also performing on the acoustic stage as well. So there's a couple,
that's kind of cool.
Couple bands here that I'm interested in seeing. That Black Veil Brides and Ice Nine Kills and Blaine Mono.
Did you say Black Veil Brides?
Black Veil Brides, yeah.
Them I'd like to see. They have a Motley Crue-esque about them, feel about them.
Yeah.
And that singer's fantastic, Andy. Yeah, them I would like to see. I don't know if I would dedicate an entire day of mediocrity just to see Black Veil Brides.
Right. Well, Blackstone Cherry. I'm looking forward to them. thrice. I felt like they were always forcing that on me on YouTube. Like I fit some sort of what do they call that when they're profile? I fit some sort of profile. Like, hey, Mike's back on. Show him the thrice video right away. It was like every time I logged on, different devices and everything, it always pop up. I'm like, Jesus, they're pushing this on me. Okay, I'll listen. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this. There's something else called Living Dead Girl. I'm trusting that's like a Rob Zombie type thing.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah, it should be a good time. We got the VIP thing hooked up, of course. So it's supposed to be
cool.
nice out, like 82 degrees tomorrow.
Perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
It's gonna be great. And then in a month, I'm going to Rockville.
Wow. Yeah, I'm going to Motley later 4th of July weekend here in Jacksonville.
Really? Wow. Who are they coming with? You know?
It is Def Leppard, Motley, Poison, and Joan Jett.
Wow. Nice.
And then a fifth band called Classless Axe.
Nice.
Yeah. They're also playing the Citrus Bowl too. Originally, I had tickets for the Citrus Bowl.
Yeah.
And back in 2019, I bought them for 2020. And then they added a San Antonio show like a week later. So I sold those tickets for $1,500, made a good freaking $1,000.
There you go.
And turned around and bought tickets for San Antonio.
Nice.
Then we moved here, and I was able to get a refund when they postponed again. So I got refunded the San Antonio tickets and bought Jacksonville tickets.
Nice.
Yeah.
So maybe you'll finally get to go see Motley Crue after all that.
After all these years. Yeah, it's been 7 years.
I'll tell you who a Motley Crue is. The people who are working at this thing, you know what that is?
That looks like a water filtration something or other.
That's the CERN particle accelerator. They've started it up after a 3-year hiatus.
Okay.
2 beams of protons zipped around a large hadron collider on Friday, marking the return to the world's largest particle accelerator over 3 years on hiatus. Yada, 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 yada. They've made it faster and better, supposedly. Like, they've made it so it could be a lot more productive for them. Isn't this the thing that they were worried about, like, was going to, kill the planet and everything?
I have not a clue.
So on Earthday, they come out with, hey, we're going to start this thing back up again.
Right? It's faster and better than ever.
Yeah, so in celebrating Earthday birthday, we're all going to drive in our cars, and we're going to go to this place at the Central Florida Fairgrounds, okay? And we're all going to sit idle as we're trying to park, okay?
Nice.
At $5 a gallon. Then we're going to get out, and we're going to go in, and you can't bring anything in, really. So first place I'm going to go is get a plastic bottle of water.
Right.
And the ticket I have gets me all the water and soft drinks and food and all this stuff that I want. So I'm not going to refill the water bottle. I'm just get a new one, right?
Right.
And you've been to an outdoor festival type or an outdoor concert before, right? What's all over the ground?
Plastic bottles, paper plates,
trash on Earthday,
meatballs.
Yes.
Yeah. How many meatballs are you going to eat tomorrow?
Yes, I'm hoping that chick is. I'm going to call that chick and see if she's looking for help. Maybe she needs a taste tester.
The cannabis chick.
Yes.
She's going to have cannabis meatballs.
Yeah.
What if you go there tomorrow and you go and you have your food and you're going down the line to get your ziti and your meatballs and you see her behind there?
I'm going back for seconds.
in her orange jumpsuit. Nice.
All right, I'm gonna pick up the pace a little bit here, but it is Earth Day. I do want to let people know that I do believe in the planet Earth. What I don't believe is this climate crap that you keep coming up with, this crisis.
Me
and Google. Not only that, but they wanted you to call in sick today from work, so you wouldn't have any carbon emissions or anything.
They did that on Wednesday. long commute from the bedroom to the dining room.
If you pulled up Google today, they mark Earth Day with Google Doodle, whatever that is, showing stark impacts of climate change. So what they did was they took these pictures and they lapped them like Mount Kilimanjaro from the top, and you could see snow all around it. The only problem is the most recent picture they show has the most snow around it. So they're way off their mark here. Anyway, Google was pushing this whole climate change thing, and I disproved it on the show. I showed you. Do you remember the show, Mike? I got a glass of water. I had the ice.
Yeah.
And I filled it to the top, and the ice melted,
yeah.
and the glass didn't overflow with water. The sea levels aren't going to rise.
It didn't melt.
It melted.
You just don't. You don't understand.
It's science.
You don't
I know.
understand
Trust the science.
Displacement.
That's what it is. Exactly. It's displacement. So don't tell me, oh no, the seas are going to rise. They're going to rise 1/100th of an inch in the next 3,000 years. All right. Christ. So I'll see you at an Earth Day event this weekend. Hopefully you'll be putting your trash in the appropriate recycled bin, the colored trash cans. That's insensitive. I shouldn't say that. Colored trash cans.
Nice. Even if it's blue.
Yes. All right, here's something that you'll enjoy, I know.
Okay.
Central Florida woman is accused of threatening to blow up her child's school unless he was given more food.
Nice.
This is
nice.
Florida woman. And look at her face up there. You don't think she did it, do you?
No, not at all.
This is
I
in
think
Cocoa,
I saw her at Waffle
Florida.
House.
Cocoa, according to abcnews.go, a woman has been arrested months after threatening to blow up her son's high school unless cafeteria workers started giving him more food. The threat was made on February 3rd.
After?
The threat was made February 3rd in a voicemail to Cocoa High School on Florida's Atlantic coast, according to police and court reports. The 41-year-old woman was arrested on Wednesday and charged with making a false